have Cynthia with Legacy Administrative Support here with us today. So Cynthia, thank you very much for coming in and talking to us.
Thank you for having me. I do appreciate this.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you coming in. So Cynthia, can you describe your business to us?
Legacy Administrative Support is actually an online administrative firm, but we don't specialize just strictly in administrative tasks. We do handle things like social media management for small businesses, email management. We're touching on a little bit of the digital marketing pieces that a lot of business owners either want to do or don't necessarily know how to do because there's a learning curve there, or if they want to do it, they can't necessarily find the time to do it. So our goal is to help take those tasks that they don't necessarily like, so they can actually focus on the job that they love and the reason why they started their business.
Right, that's really good because I always find that you should go out and do what you're good at, and admin a lot of times is the thing that gets left behind.
Yes.
And you get to it if you get time, so better off to let the professional take care of it and go out and do what we do best, and that's service our customers and make the revenue.
Right. And as business owners, we shouldn't necessarily see or consider the word delegate a bad word.
Right.
Especially if you're trying to do it all yourself, then the word delegate probably needs to be top of mind.
Right. Really good point. Why did you decide to open this business, Cynthia?
Well, it was pretty cut and dry. I actually started out in the military many years ago in admin and HR. And that's where I first got my start, and I actually loved it. At one point, probably about almost halfway through my time, I actually changed and went into healthcare. So during that time, I was doing patient care, but over the years, the responsibilities began to change, and I found myself more in the administrative roles in healthcare as an LPN, as opposed to the patient care aspect.
All right.
So it just made sense because I love doing that type of work. Even in healthcare, I love doing that type of work, and I was like, well, the writing seems to be on the wall. Like, this is what I'm good at, and this is what I'm starting to find myself back into. So it just made sense.
It makes a lot of sense. So I guess then, so why did you choose this profession then to open this business? And
well, I know, one, because I love to do it. Two, because there is a need there. A lot of the large companies already have their systems in place, and they have a method to what they're going to do. With the small businesses, the small to medium-sized businesses, the systems aren't necessarily there.
Right.
And it's usually one person behind the scenes trying to manage everything.
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Cynthia, what drives you? What motivates you?
I love people, but I also love helping people. I consider myself a people-loving extrovert, and whatever I can do to help someone, then it's my goal to try to do that. So just use my gifts to be able to help others. So.
It's nice, and I can attest just in the short time that I've known you that you're very much a people person, and you're a giver, and you like to help other people. That really shines through with you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. So, in your business, what surprises you?
I think what surprises me, or what has surprised me, is you hear people say, you hear business owners say, owning a business takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of this. It takes a lot of that. And getting into it, I knew that it would require some things of me, but I did not know that it would require what it has been requiring. There's one thing to be said about sweat equity, but there's another thing to be said about some of the emotional days that you have.
Right.
And especially just starting out, like when you're looking at the bottom line and you're looking at dollars and cents,
Right.
it all kind of starts to take form and like, oh, this is what they're talking about. Like, once you start on your own, you're really gonna see like how much work it actually takes.
And I see that what you're doing is a great support for the small business owner, even on a startup, because they're trying to focus on the bottom line and they're trying to drive revenue, but at the same time they're trying to do all of their admin work as well, which if they had somebody like you take all of that off their plate, they could just focus on the business, driving the revenue, and then the bottom line will kind of take care of itself. Good for you.
Yes.
Good for you. Cynthia, is there anything else you'd like to share with us today?
However, I will say that the things that have surprised me have not necessarily made me want to completely give up. There have been days where I'm just like, oh gosh, what am I doing? However, I'm a firm believer, if you stay the course, you'll see the results.
There you go. Absolutely. Absolutely. I know even myself, being in business for many, many years, there's times that I've thought, oh my gosh, what did I do? What did I get myself into? Right?
Yes.
And I think that's just a part of growing. It's a part of growth.
It's a part of life.
It is. It is a part of life. So is there anything else you'd like to add?
There isn't anything else that I can think of.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure I shared that, especially if there are any very new business owners like myself.
Right.
Just stay committed.
Yep.
Stay the course.
Right.
Even when it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So you're fairly mobile then. You're pretty
Yes. I can actually service any business from anywhere. Any part of the country. Anywhere where I have a secure internet connection and my laptop, I can get the work done.
Wow. So that's interesting that you're in a business that you need an internet and a laptop. And I'm thinking even a beach somewhere, and you can be anywhere and you can service it. Nice. Good for you.
Or even my tablet.
Nice. Good for you. Well, thank you very much, Cynthia, for coming in and talking to us today.
Well, thank you for having me.
All right.
And thank you, everyone.